The Dunwich Horror, 2009, by director Scott Lay. This is definitely a different take on the Lovecraft story than the 1970 version starring Dean Stockwell. But holy shit snacks, this one stars Dean Stockwell too. Fortunately, in a much less creepier and quite different role. The Wilbur Whately character is actually covered by Lovecraft film stalwart Jeffrey Combs. Holy shit snacks times two. Unfortunately, neither Brian Yuzna nor Stuart Gordon are involved, so it does lack some gravitas they brought to this very particular genre in the past. We start out with the birthing. Yay! Something goes wrong. Ooh. Then, totally unrelated, we find Dr. Armitage 10 years later, played by Dean Stockwell, called into an exorcism kind of situation. His assistant professor chick or something helps his old ass get the shit taken care of, but it does signal something more significant is going down. Totally like Keanu's Constantine, but on a much, much smaller budget. Then it curves hard into the Lovecraft side of the mythos, and we see the investigators investigate the shit out of that damn Necronomicon and missing page number 751. I bet Sam Neill ate it so they can make a sequel to In the Mouth of Madness. Now I'm just fan-fictioning, so we'll shut the fuck up now. I don't know. Overall, it is okay enough modern telling of the story, with their little extra subplots worked in to pad the story enough to make it movie length. Given the built-in breaks, this was totally edited as a made-for-TV endeavor. Some of the actors weren't the best. Mama Whately, I'm looking at you. And, well, the special effects can be a bit of an eye roller. It's hard to do a movie like this without all the exposition either. And some of the scenes were handled better than others. At least Combs brought the goods as the lurking weirdo Whately, and Stockwell didn't totally phone it in. The lead chick and the other nerd they bring along on the adventure are adequate. For basically being a PG-13 made-for-TV version of the story, I guess it doesn't completely suck, but it can be a bit rough watch given that framing. Insane Asylum notes. Neither begins nor ends in one, so beer points are off for that. Media notes. I can't say if this was made specifically for TV, but it does have that low-budget early 2000s shot-on-digital look that doesn't help it much. Overall, it comes off as a Sci-Fi Channel original movie, but for a linear horror channel, I don't know what one of that is, maybe like Shudder? But any channel that sticks commercials in the middle of a horror movie and kills the tension is dead to me. So I've taken absolutely no interest in such a thing. And scoff at such an endeavor. Scoff. They could at least have made a decent poster for it, though. And yeah, after further review, it totally debuted on the Sci-Fi Channel. So for story, 2 beers. Look, 2.5 beers. Yeah, they kind of relocated to Louisiana too, and I don't know. There was kind of a cool scene with the Mad Arab Abacanezer, whoever writes in the Necronomicon. That was kind of cool, but I'd say if there's something else in your movie queue, watch that first. Cheers. Holy shit, that was fucking brutal.